Every day, Victoria.
Every day.
Every day.
Hi, you guys.
Oh my God, she is lovely.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Feel It Real Fun.
Yep.
This is our 7th of October, I'm assuming.
That's right.
And the show is called The Four Mighty Ones.
Boom and the boom.
Master.
And the boom.
What's the dash master?
Boom. Oh, no. That's the master document.
Master document.
Yes,
Okay,
if
so
you go down, so we're at the introduction and show number 1
of The Four Mighty Ones.
That's right. Oh my God,
Cool.
Everyone said.
So go to freeneville.com. Subscribe to the 221 email list, and you'll get a pseudo-random email every single day until 20 or you die.
Sizzle, yo.
Join
Triple
our
D,
90,
go.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Angela, that's right.
Half a donut.
Half a donut, guys. Now, Rob made a really good point that we should mention more often what it costs you not to take it, which I agree.
Who's Rob?
Rob Big.
Rob Big.
Yes. Because, seriously, what's it costing you dicking around for years on Reddit?
Yes.
You read the success stories. Here's one. This one got some money. This one got some love. This one got some money and love. And you got Reddit.
Right.
Oh, but I'm friends with all these people on Reddit, right?
Yes.
All the goddamn data sorters, right?
Right.
By the way, I love data sorters. I've
You
got a
do.
couple good friends that are data sorters.
Yes.
Right, like Sizzle. Isn't.
Is he? No. I was going to say.
Sizzle isn't.
He's a people sorter. That's
Great.
Yes.
Amber, Triple D, welcome. All right, so, and...
for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
All right, so the Four Mighty Ones, guys. The Four Mighty Ones, right? This is so cool because you're gonna know, we're gonna weave it and we're gonna show you how we've been teaching this, and not telling you we're teaching this because we're teaching what we notice works. So, Victoria, shall we? Oh my God, Jen again, Triple D, y'all. Let's dive in with a Neville Goddard.
With a Neville Goddard quote.
Yeah. So
I
made your parts really big.
Oh,
look at
that's
that.
great. Because I was thinking, where do I
made
start?
hers very big because she's not that loud.
She's not that loud.
No, compared to me.
Not that little.
I'm not good.
Oh, right. Anyway,
it all started with Cube because Cube said, so we all have gang names.
Yes.
I'm Double T. He's Chewback. And he's like, what should we call Victoria? What about the Big V? You never call a woman Big Cube, right? The Big V. It's no, that doesn't work, right? So,
right.
Did you guys ever come up with a gang name for you?
Yeah, I think it still went to the Big V. But I don't know. They call me it. I don't call me it.
I don't call you that.
All right. Whoops.
Oh, undo.
Right.
All right. So.
First Neville Goddard quote. I don't know what it's from. And this...
Hold on. What the hell?
What?
No, that's not what I want you to do.
Oh. Okay.
All right. This
it
part
is up there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this. All right.
Okay.
I will make it big for you because you like big because you're not loud.
Okay. Wow. Here we go.
So the Four Mighty Ones. Let's do it.
Okay. So, do I say the Four Mighty Ones are four? No, we don't.
Sure, yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. The Four Mighty Ones are the 4 quarters of the human soul.
Ooh, what could that possibly mean?
The first is Jehovah's King, who suggests the theme.
Yep. Some people say Jehovah, some Yehovah. I just say ooga, 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 shaga. Huh? But anyway.
The second is Jehovah's servant, who faithfully works out the theme in a dramatic vision. The third is Jehovah's man, who was attentive and obedient to the vision of fulfilled desire, who brings the wandering imagination back to the script 70 times 7. And the form of the fourth is Jehovah himself, who enacts the dramatized theme on the stage of the mind.
Alrighty, so what does all this mean? How does it all fit in? Let's play a game. So let's notice that you have a longing. Anybody here ever have a longing?
I'm sure we've all had longings.
We've all had longings.
Yeah.
And they all start out as a vagueness, hungry. What are you hungry for? What's that longing for?
Yes.
So you don't want to skimp on this part, right? You don't want to try to figure it out. You feel a longing. Now, this next bit.
So is that the first one, like who suggests the theme? Is that the longing?
Exactly.
Okay.
So we want to start out with what they call here Jehovah's King or Jehovah's King, who suggests the theme. This is the producer of the play. And we were talking with Cube about that this morning, and in all of Cube's miscellaneous ramblings, the one thing that he said that really stood out to me was the producer makes sure that the stage is set. Because if the director shows up and the actors are there and there's no fucking stage set, right, it's pandemonium, right? So, Victoria, let us go to
The second quote.
that quote. This is really cool.
So the quote starts, "In the drama of life, the producer's function is to suggest the theme of a play. This he does in the form of a wish, such as, I wish I was successful, I wish I could take a trip, I wish I were married, and so on. But to appear on the world's stage, these general themes must somehow be specified and worked out in detail. It is not enough to say, I wish I was successful. That is too vague. Successful at what?"
So get this is where it begins. Okay, a lot of people skip this. A lot of people stop here. But you really want to notice, I've got a longing. I've got a longing to be, when I was a young man, a much younger man, and when I got picked on by all the girls except for the Speedy girl, right? I had a longing for confidence, a longing for strength. And that was it, right? Like it was vague, it was general, nothing was happening there. Until I realized, what do I really want? You know what, I want to be a black belt. I've got a longing for that kind of strength, that kind of confidence, that kind of capability. Good morning, Bruce. I love you. Yes. Longing to be a puppy dad, right? So I want you to notice your longings. What do you long for? Victoria, a long time ago, longed for a garden. But that's where it begins. If you stay there, what happens? If you're just longing for it.
You're just always longing for it.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
It feels like it's going to take a long time. And it's like the hunger gnaws at you. Right? What should you do when you're hungry? Eat something. Right? We'll be talking about that tomorrow. But I want you to start with this longing thing. Because you have a longing. And there's a lot of universal longings, like for companionship, fellowship, longing for a husband or a wife, longing for some money. But I want you to explore and experience your longings. Because when you do this right, this really reveals some gold. So how can we play with this? Victoria.
Okay.
All right, let's read that next quote while I love
Okay.
my dog. I do. I love him.
As man arranges letters into words and words into sentences to express meaning, in like manner, life arranges circumstances, conditions, and events to express the unseen meanings or attitudes of men.
Anybody ever here do Manifesting Mastery Course Week 1? Right? What's that all about? What's lesson 1 all about?
The girls giggled.
Yeah, it's all about the meanings that you're imagining that you don't know you're imagining.
Yeah.
Get this quote, sets the stage for all that. See, the young man, he longed to go over to them girls, right? And he started walking over, and what happened? The girls did what?
They giggled.
They giggled, guys.
Yeah.
And the young man turns around because of what?
What he imagined it meant.
He added meaning in, guys.
Yep.
And he didn't know he added meaning, but he just started imagining something called consequence, right? So this is what I want you to write down. You can have consequence or confidence, right? I'm not a fan of confidence, but the way most people use it. But you can have consequence or confidence, right? So here's what I want you to notice. I want you to notice lack. Well, everyone else is telling you, oh my God, stay away from lack, stay away from negatives. What I want you to notice is this. So let's say you've got a longing for companionship, right? Yeah, that's pretty vague, isn't it? I just long for someone to share my day with, to share my night with, you know. Friends with benefits, according to some people who are on the show.
Are they? Is Dave here?
Dave's not here.
Simi is.
Simi's, Triple D, Simi, So, what would be, so lacking in negative? This is where this is really important. So, if you were married, if you were happily married, if you had that, if you had the companionship that you long for, what would be missing from your life? If you had, I just want to feel financially secure. That's pretty vague. What would be missing from your life if you did that? What would you be lacking?
Well, you mean if your wish is fulfilled, you're lacking the opposite. So if you're imagining fellowship, companionship, that's lacking solitude or solitary or something. Is that what you mean?
Could be. We're heading in the right direction. We're heading in the right direction, Victoria.
The
right direction, right?
Yes.
So here's what I noticed. When people tell me, like, I want my soulmate, and it's like, okay, let's really get to what you really want. What you want is companionship, or to be happy, loving a wife, or something like that. And so I asked, so right now, without any of that, without your soulmate, without feeling like a happy, loving wife, how do you experience a sip of coffee? How do you fall to bed at sleep at night? And it's like, well, I fall asleep in the bed at night, and I feel like another lonely night. I'll be like this when I'm 85, all alone. I'll be the one that shows up at the party, and they'll go, "Hey, it's her," right? Not, hey, it's them, right? Yeah, it's her. Right? So there'll be something. You're imagining consequence. The whole thing with money, right? It's like, well, like I'm imagining being financially free. And if you really find that feeling of financial freedom, of financial security, when the phone rings, it's not going to scare you. Right? When the mailman comes, you're not going to have anxiety attacks wondering like what that envelope is. You get
that
it?
official-looking envelope.
The official-looking envelope, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you won't have
with
shut
the
off.
final notice stamped on the outside.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is what I want you to notice. What's going to lack in your life? An internal experience. This really helps you explore this whole thing of this general vagueness, which is so important to quote-unquote nail. It's really important to explore. Because if you get that, you know what, I've got this hunger for, I've got this longing for. Whenever you notice, right, once that longing is taken care of, I'm not going to be afraid that I'll be 85 and alone or living under a bridge.
That's what's lacking.
Yeah, that you will lack that.
Yeah.
Right? When we start stripping off all this stuff of positives and negatives and so on, and just get to what are you imagining consequence? Right? Or what's that whole quote about Neville and confidence, and your confidence in your faith in God is measured by your confidence in yourself, right? When you really start to get that, you get to go, right. So you get to notice, I've got this general longing. What will I be lacking once I have that longing? Once that wish is fulfilled, what will I not have in my life? This little tiny way of exploring. It's sort of like when I notice Victoria's in the state of garden girl, she's lacking inner conflict. She's lacking struggling to go out there. Whenever she's in the state of garden girl, she's hitting it. Right? She lacks that inner all this, that, something else.
Trying to make decisions.
Yeah, all that
really
crazy shit that does her head in, literally. Yeah, all the we'll never get ahead. Right? That all dies. That all goes away. I mean, if you have a garden, it's work forever. Right? I mean, you just don't complete it and then it'd be perfect. Like a dog.
Yeah.
Like a dog. Like a dog. Get up here. Get up here. Get up here. Get up here. Up. Good boy. All right. So, Terry, yo. So how we doing, gang? Yeah, you notice there's a little bit of quietness. All right. So Neville has this quote. Let's dive into this. This is really good. Okay, these little bits right here. He does this in the form of a wish. Read those again. That's really good.
Such as, I wish I was successful, I wish I could take a trip, I wish I were married, and so on.
This is the stage where you start suspending disbelief. You get it? I wish I could go on vacation. There's some disbelief in there. But as you explore, what am I going to lack if my wish were fulfilled? It'll be the disbelief. You get it? It sort of starts to drop. This is like a silent feeling part of the whole thing. Yeah, I wish I were financially free. Is it possible? Notice he's hinting along those lines there. I wish I could take a trip. Yeah. Nice and vague. So, Victoria, I think that generally sums it up. I've got tiny little notes down here because we want to segue into tomorrow. So your homework is consequence or confidence. Just notice, would I be lacking if my wish were fulfilled? And that'll be consequence. The consequence, if my wish isn't fulfilled, then I'll be under a bridge and homeless all by myself, hanging out with Sizzle, who hasn't had a bath in 30 days, but it doesn't matter because I haven't had one in 31. That kind of thing. Yeah, you wouldn't be sad and lonely still, showing up at the family thing. It's her. You got it? Those are the things that'll die. So you get to notice the consequences that you're imagining. They fit right in with these longings. But you really get to just find that, like holiday. I wish I could go on a holiday. And just explore. What do you imagine that's getting in the way? Just sort of suspend that a little bit. Because tomorrow we're going to get into the power of the author. And this is a really specific one. Because we're not going to be making long movies. We're not going to be scripting out all this dumb shit. There's a very specific way which Neville talks about the author. And this is what brings it home. You'll notice today it's sort of a little out there. It's got to be a little out there for you to slide into it. Y'all remember the electric slide? There's a reason why that's there. Right? Yeah, this is how it actually happens. Victoria and I talk. We talk about, like puppies. Puppies? Yeah, puppies. Right? Many moons ago, we didn't get to specifics, which it was like puppies. Right? I've never had dogs like these two. She's never had dogs like these two. These two are what we got.
I've always had border collies.
Yeah. That likes to terrorize border collies. But they both do. So cool. Play there.
Yeah.
Notice if you're comfortable with that space, with that silence. Because if you're not, that's when you add in the spikes. We don't want to add in spikes. Right? You just want to just sort of really explore that. So, Victoria.
Excuse me. Okay.
This will be whenever.
This will be whenever.
You do your bit.
Well, it's inside the...
I will hand it back to you.
Thank you.
Hi, Bruce.
So, you guys, what we want to know is, what was your strawberry bit?
What was your strawberry bit, Victoria?
I think that's Aches, the consequence or confidence, and really sort of like digging into what's behind the longing. But as in, what's the word for it? What will you lack?
Yep.
If your wish was fulfilled, but what's that thing that's sort of niggling away in the background? So, yeah.
I remember when I made good money doing credit card processing sales, right? So I got hired by a company. I lived on this side of Pittsburgh. So I'd drive in, there's Pittsburgh, and then you'd drive south a little bit and go up on the hill. And that's where the office was. And to get there at a reasonable time, I had to get up at 5 in the morning. Boss had the meeting at 7:05, right? I'd get up at 5, get through before the traffic got heavy, do my martial arts stuff in my suit in the parking lot for 40 minutes, go into the office, right? And after a while, you know what happened? I hated it. I loved the money, I loved the work, but I hated getting up at 5 in the fucking morning to drive through the Squirrel Hill tunnels and then through the other set, the tubes, Liberty tubes. Fuck, man. I began to hate it. And so when I started imagining something different, the first thing that I noticed was, and you guys in Triple D get this, I stopped hating get up. I imagined, right, so what would I be lacking? If my wish were fulfilled, if I was making good money, doing what I love, pretty vague, right? What would I be lacking? I'd be lacking having to drive into the city. Well, that's out there. What would I be lacking on the inside? I'd be lacking hating getting out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? I'd be lacking having to get out the fucking door. I'd be lacking having to do... Yeah, you know what? I'd actually enjoy getting up slowly with a lot of space. Yeah, that feels good. I'd wake up confident that I was going to have a good day, not hoping I can make it through the fucking tubes before the traffic.
Oh boy, yeah, if there's a smash on the way or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
So,
yeah.
There, that's my bit. Yeah, same kind of thing. It's like whenever you get the power of lack, right? What would I be lacking? What would I be lacking? Because it's in the other side. People stay stuck in this phase because they focus on, well, I wish I was happily married, and then they imagine the consequence.
Yeah.
Instead of like, right, if I was happily married, what would I lack? Huh. So. Triple D, Jen again says gold.
Yeah, very
Boom.
much so.
Thanks, Terry.
Real goodie.
As well, Triple D,
Yeah.
Terry. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Triple D, Tony, welcome to the show.
No lacking in my Mac.
That's right. Triple D, Claudia.
Hey, Claudia.
Hey.
Give
Cool.
this one a watch. It's good, and it's the first part of a series.
First part of 4.
So, yeah, and it's real goody stuff in here.
Cool.
Okay.
So we're setting the stage, guys. Remember, today was about the producer. The producer does what? He sets the stage. Like Cube said, it was real cool to watch him sort of work through it all. And it's like, if the producer doesn't give his job and the director shows up and the actors are there and the stage isn't set, it's horrible.
Fubar.
Foobar.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Sav.
Cool. So that was your strawberry
That
bits.
was my strawberry.
Okay,
It
just double
it
checking.
piggybacks. Oh yeah, 'cause
Yesterday I didn't ask.
You were,
Oh,
you
bad,
were
bad.
really slack and it hurt my
Okay.
feelings. I went and cried in the hot tub.
No, you didn't. So, you guys, yeah, this is a real goodie. Stay tuned for tomorrow as well.
That's right.
And then the next 2 will be the
Next week.
following Wednesday and Thursday. But
Yes.
yeah.
But
Meanwhile, go to freeneville.com.
freeneville.com. 221 email list pseudo random goodness.
goodness.
That's right.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right. It's like half a donut. That's the cost, but the real cost. And Rob is right. I've just been a little slack with this. What's it fucking costing you being a Reddit junkie? What's it costing you dicking around? Like, in all seriousness, read the success stories and go, right, you got a choice. On one hand, I can dick around on Reddit, right? And I can watch all these free YouTube videos by idiots other than us, right? All right. So I can watch YouTube videos all day long and get all this conflicting information for free, right? Or for $1 a day, like half a donut, cheapo cup of coffee. What would I be lacking? Well, I'd be lacking having to spend all that time on fucking Reddit and looking at the guy with the crazy eyes. Like, welcome, I'm going to teach you all about Neville Goddard.
Yep.
Crazy.
Cool.
Look at those two. Bruce is
I
going,
know.
what the fuck happened to my dad?
And we'll do the last one for refunds. Visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
Feelitrealfun.com.
Cool.
We should make a jingle out of it again.
Again, did we do it once?
A long time ago, we had a jingle contest. Remember that?
Oh, I remember having a contest.
Yes. I know this because another Tyler knows this. That's a new Tyler. I know this because Tyler knows this. Welcome, new Tyler.
Was that the one that Peter Rundle was on as well?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That was good fun.
And Priya, I think.
Oh, we had a lot of cool people.
Someone did that shadowy.
Yeah, that was cool. No, that was,
that
no, that was someone else.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, they
well,
were
look at that.
ace. Okay, you
Jen
guys.
again, my God, she's really giving us a hell of an endorsement. Somebody screenshot that. look at that. Oh, no. Oh, fuck it. Jen, love ya. See ya. All right. So that was it, wasn't it?
That was it.
So Victoria's going to garden girl.
Well, I got to do curry girl first.
Curry girl, then garlic.
Chicken curry.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I love
That'll be yum.
curry girl. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Okay. Have a great day, guys.
See you tomorrow.
See ya. Tomorrow.